but one of our favorite go-to, like simple, quick and easy dinners. Ooh, what do you think? Vegan, high protein breakfast. It's super delicious, it's super easy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm filming for you guys another what I eat in a day, but I wanted to give this one a bit of a new spin and just mix it up with some high protein meal ideas, show you what a day on the plate could look like if I was focusing on eating high protein foods. I also want to highlight how much protein a female my age actually requires, because it's actually not as much as you think, and it's really easy to achieve on a plant-based diet. So I feel like there is a common misconception that people following a plant-based diet are going to struggle to meet their protein requirements, but it's absolutely not the case. And you guys will see throughout this video how easy it is just to stack up the daily protein in a day with selecting some higher protein foods in your meals. So according to the NRV website, which is our government website, which shows us what nutrients we need and in what quantities for our age and gender, a female about my age, which is under 30, needs about 46 grams of protein a day. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more if you are someone who is working out a lot or doing a lot of activity throughout the day. It is also higher for women who are pregnant by about 14 grams, and is also higher for lactating women, again, about 20 grams more than usual. So if you're someone who is pregnant or breastfeeding, it is probably important that you do focus on some higher protein foods, but as you guys will see in this video, it's really easy to achieve. I hope you enjoy this style of video. Let me know in the comments what you think of it, and we'll get started on my what I eat in a day high protein plant-based version. So it is breakfast time. It's currently 8:30. I have been for a 7-kilometer run this morning. So this morning it's really important for me to get a high protein breakfast in, and I'm going to show you guys my favorite vegan high protein breakfast. It's super delicious, it's super easy, and you can even pre-prepare this to have for a couple of days. So I've got here some that I made earlier in the week, and I've been having this regularly at the moment because I'm kind of obsessed with it. But I'm also going to show you guys how to make it. After a workout, I think it's really important to have a high protein breakfast just to replace that and help with muscle recovery. But I think any day it's important to include some form of protein in every meal. You want the cherry tomatoes. So protein will help you to keep fuller for longer, so it's great to have it in your breakfast so that you have a full belly for the first half of your day. And so this breakfast is one of my favorites for doing so, and it is a tofu scramble, and we're going to make it from scratch. It's going to be super easy, super delicious, and what I'm showing you, you can honestly, really, you can use anything up in the fridge in this. But firstly, let's talk about the protein content of this. So obviously it's a tofu scramble, so it contains tofu. I'm using a firm tofu, but you can use a silken soft tofu if you like. Now, in reading a nutrition label, we have the quantity per serving when it talks about energy and protein, but we also have the per 100 grams as well. So it's important to look at both, because every package will have a different quantity per serving. So for this tofu, it's a 300 gram block, and it is a serving size of 100 grams, so a third of this block. Realistically, I think I could eat 2/3 of this on my toast as a scramble. So I would be having 2 servings of the tofu, which means when I'm counting how much protein's in it, I'll be having 2 of the serving size of protein. So this nutrition label tells me that there is 16.4 grams per serving, and if I'm having 2 serves, that's 32 grams of protein in my breakfast just from the tofu, which is pretty damn good. So as I spoke about in the intro, an adult needs approximately 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per gram of body weight. So really it's not that much protein, and you can see here from this breakfast I'll be getting like 2/3 of my protein for the day just in the tofu on my toast. All right, Bowie, let's get into it. Ready? Should we just cook it all? Let's just cook it all, and then we have leftovers. What do you reckon? Why are you getting sad? We're here doing this together. We've got the tofu. I like to rinse my tofu because sometimes it feels a little icky and slimy. My little kitchen helper this morning. Aren't you? Are you going to be a good kitchen helper? Yeah, put it in the bowl. Oh, is that yummy? Crumble? Oh, what do you think? Did you like it?
Mm-hmm. Do you like it now? Why do you keep biting it then? Where is Dyke Wheel? What are you doing? So hemp seeds are another great way to boost the protein inside of your meals. You can sprinkle them on anything or add them to like your smoothies. You can add them to your porridge. Yep, do you want to help me pour this? Pour, pour. Oh, good boy. Hemp seeds are also a complete protein, which means they contain all essential amino acids. Forgetting my words here. Should we do the veggie stock? I add some veggie stock for yummy flavor.
No. No.
What is it? You want a spoon? Teaspoon? This one. This one. So this will be where I add the salt, sodium, and some yummy flavor. 1 teaspoon, Bowie. What do you reckon, Bowie? Nutritional yeast. And we'll be adding this for some B vitamins, specifically B12, which is very important on a plant-based diet. Is that salty? Huh? 1 tablespoon. Next, we're going to add some ground turmeric. Turns it that beautiful yellow color, which reminds us of scrambled egg, but also turmeric. It's very good for us, high in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory. That's the word I was looking for. 1/4 teaspoon because it's quite potent. Ready? What else can we add, Bowie? Pepper? Pepper. And I'm going to add some chili flakes. If you're sharing it with your mini human, you might want to omit these. But they're not really that spicy, so. Okay, now I'm gonna add in some herb. I'm gonna do parsley, because to me, parsley reminds me of scrambled egg. And I also just had this in the fridge to use it. And obviously you don't actually even need to add herbs at all. I'm also adding a spring onion. You can also use red onion, brown onion, chives, etc. I'm also adding some cherry tomatoes. I like to add tomato into my scramble just to add some more vegetables. And I've just got a handful of those. Oh, do you want one? There you go. What do you reckon? Yeah? You're giving it back. Didn't like it? So second last ingredient, because I've used firm tofu, I find it to be a little bit dry when I'm frying it off. So I do add some soy milk just to like make it a bit runnier and creamier. So again, soy milk is high in protein, so it's gonna add even more protein to this dish. Should we do 3 of these? There we go. So the finished tofu scramble, and that actually looks like quite a lot, but I'm only having 1 piece of toast, so I'm just gonna load it up, and it is honestly so goddamn delicious that you can just like spoon it on its own. I'd say that's about 2/3. Yum. Voila. And you could garnish it with some extra hemp seeds on top for like a tiny bit more protein, but I honestly don't think it needs it. Delicious. Obviously it's a little bit more work than a scrambled egg, but in my opinion it is so much more yummy. Ready? Hey guys, I just want to interrupt today's video before we get stuck into the high protein lunch recipe and let you guys know that our Cyber Week sale on the Wholesome Store has kicked off early this year. We're running it for a full week, and let me tell you, we never have site-wide sales. We only keep it for the Cyber Week every year. So it is our annual big sale and it is 25% off site-wide. The code is on the screen here. So the sale has begun and it runs through until Sunday at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. This will get you 25% off all full price items. We have so many amazing Christmas gift ideas online too. Like literally, we want to be like a one-stop shop, so you can head on over to the Wholesome Store and you can grab a bunch of jewelry. There is handbags. We also have heaps and heaps of amazing baby items, including these beach sets, which are a great summer present idea. We have a bunch of things for pregnant mums as well as some eco-friendly goods such as our best-selling glass drawers, which will make an amazing stocking filler. We have heaps of clothing, including our new core collection, which includes these tees and shorts that I have been living in. They're all made from organic cotton and come in 6 beautiful colors / shades. We have some beautiful unique ceramics which would be so cute under the Christmas tree. Our best-selling salad servers would be an excellent Christmas Day gift that you can serve with your salads or vegetables. And of course, my 2 best-selling cookbooks would look great under the tree. So that is a little preview of some of the stuff on the Wholesome Store that you can get on sale during this week. Hurry along to our website because things are going to sell quick, especially this time of the year. I'll put the link in the description so you can check it out, as well as all the details for the sale. And of course, if you're not already following the Wholesome Store on Instagram, give us a follow. This is our username, and there you can stay updated on all details for our sale over this Cyber Week. So now let's get back into today's video. So moving on to lunch, I usually feel like fresher dishes for lunch. But most of all, we usually have a lot of leftovers for lunch the next day. But today I am going to use some of my leftovers from our Marley spoon we had last night, and I'm going to make a delicious, I guess you'd kind of call it a Mediterranean chickpea wrap. So I'm using chickpeas as the main source of protein. Now in a can of chickpeas, there is 16 grams of protein. I'm not going to eat the whole can. I'll probably aim to have half. So it's another 8 grams on top of this morning's, I think it was 32 grams. So we're already like nearing our daily total just on the tofu and the chickpeas. And as you can understand, some of those other ingredients will be containing protein and adding to that daily total. So it's really not looking like it's going to be difficult to get to a higher protein daily intake. So I'm going to like bake some spiced cauliflower and chickpeas and then throw them in the oven to bake and get really delicious with some spices. And then while that's baking, I'm just going to chop up the ingredients for like the fresh salad, mix together some yogurt with some lemon and some mint to make like a tzatziki kind of sauce. And that is it. It's going to be super fresh and easy, and something that you can prepare the night before or the day before, or prepare for a few days in advance if you are someone that likes to, or someone that needs to take your lunch with you to work. But yeah, follow along, and hopefully this gives you some ideas for something fresh, tasty, and easy to make for lunch. Cut the chickpea into the little florets because it helps it to cook a lot quicker. And I've just got a handful of cauliflower here, and this is going to be baked with the chickpeas. I've got my can of chickpeas, which I rinsed and drained. Now for the spices and flavour, I've got some smoked paprika, which is just left over from Marley spoon, but this is 5 grams, which is about a teaspoon. I also have some ground cumin seed, which is another favourite spice of mine, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over so it just looks nice and generous, a bit like the paprika. I'm going to cook it in some olive oil, so I've got a tablespoon. Final ingredient is just some salt, and I'm going to do half a teaspoon on this. Sprinkle it over, and then before it goes in the oven, I'm just going to toss it with my hands, or you could use some tongs. Make sure it's all evenly coated. So these are ready to go in the oven. They'll probably go in there for about 20 minutes, and I've already preheated the oven to 220 degrees fan forced degrees Celsius to hopefully bake them really quick while I prepare everything else. Okay, so to make the tzatziki, I'm going to start with a lemon. So first I've got half a lemon, and I'm just going to zest it just to get about half of the rind off of the half lemon. Add it to the bowl, then squeeze in the juice. Half a cup of coconut yogurt. This is the natural Koyo brand. Some mint. I've got just a big handful, and roughly chop. Stir. Moving on to the salad ingredients, I've got some cherry tomatoes, cucumber, and red onion. So for the cucumber, I'm just going to cut it into some long, thin fingers. Go onto the wrap. Quarter a bunch of cherry tomatoes. And finally, thinly slice just a small amount of red onion. Alright, I'm just a little bit terrified because a chickpea just blew up in my face. Watch out, Bowie. exploding chickpeas. Hello.
Okay, what?
Is it my baby boy? What are you doing? Did you just... What do you want? Do you want to try my tzatziki? Do you want to try it? No, okay. I'm going to have to try it. What about a cucumber stick? Ooh, yummy. Cold and delicious. Bowie is a little baby. And he is so cute. Do you reckon? So I'm going to serve up this deliciousness. So I have one Lebanese bread. Ouch. Which I just cooked in the oven. So I've got my lemony minty tzatziki sauce. Huge spoonful. Because why not? If you want to make this higher protein, you could also use hummus. That would be delicious. Don't know why I didn't think of that before. Cucumber, cherry tomatoes, onion, hempies. Yum. So that is my delicious wrap loaded with chickpeas and tzatziki. And then I just fold it over and eat it. Like, so good. Yum.
That was so good. Like, so good.
How do we go at folding? Oh, this would be a great book in my recipe in my book. Look, eating it isn't glamorous, but did it taste it?
Yeah. She's my girl.
Alex's cooking adventures.
Oh, you're so annoying. So part 3 of what I eat in a day high protein version. So we're having dinner early tonight so that we can eat with Bowie because he's going to eat somewhat of a similar meal to what we have. Might add a few little bits and pieces to his plate. But one of our favorite go-to like simple, quick and easy dinners is having plant-based patties, steamed and roast veg on a plate, just like such a simple OG. These are our favorite in terms of like a plant-based meat alternate patty. The V2, what do they call them? V2 burgers. So we'll just like fry a patty up. Now, what I love about them is super high in protein. 20 grams of protein per serving. And let me just make sure. Yep, so one patty is one serving, so 20 grams of protein per patty, which is massive. And that's just that alone, not including the other stuff we have on our plate, like the little bits and veggies. So we'll be having those fried with some asparagus, brucey, aka broccoli. What's this? Corn? Corn. And some roast tatty. And Alex is going to do the cooking tonight, so I'll film him prepping. Yes, you will do the cooking tonight. And yeah, I'm going to go play some games with Bowie.
Some good chips. One, 2 for Big Dog, 1 for Mama Bear. That's massive. Little baby bear's not eating. Oh, peas are cooked perfectly.
Are they? So guys, bon appetit. Here is dinner. Real simple, nothing fancy here tonight. Yours cooked. Cooked by yours truly, A. Watson in the kitchen.
Little chef extraordinaire.
Little chef. How about a glass of wine for Mum? Little Pinot. Oh, my glass is dusty. Yeah. Oh well. Pretty dusty, anyway.
Yeah.
Yum, 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 yum. Okay, so as we had dinner really early tonight, that usually means that we get pretty hungry for like a little late night snack, and I want to show you guys a really simple and easy delicious dessert you can make if you are hungry after dinner. We actually don't have dessert all that often, but I'm feeling it tonight. And when I do, a simple quick mug cake is a go-to. Now this recipe that I'm making actually makes like 2 portions, so that's why I'm making it in a bowl rather than a mug, and I'm gonna make it like a higher protein version. So it's kind of similar to a recipe that is going to be in my next book, but I'm going to tweak it a bit to make it higher in protein. So starting off with 2 tablespoons of flour. Usually I put 3 tablespoons, but I'm going to sub 1 tablespoon for a tablespoon of protein powder. Now it's a chocolatey recipe, so I'm going to use chocolate flavored protein. This is the one I'm using. It's a lean protein by Topeka, and in a tablespoon it contains 16 grams of protein. And I'll be having half of this, so about 8 grams plus some extra protein in like the flours and milk and stuff. I'm also going to add a couple of tablespoons of coconut sugar. I also need a tablespoon of cacao. The protein has a little bit of cacao in it, but we want this like really chocolatey, so I'm going to add an extra tablespoon. Now for the liquid, I'm adding soy milk, again like this morning, because it is higher in protein. And I actually just genuinely bake with soy milk because it's creamy and I just feel like it bakes well. I'm not baking, I'm going to be cooking this in the microwave, but just when I'm like cooking hot things, I usually preference for soy milk. So 3 tablespoons. I also need a couple of tablespoons of olive oil to make it really like gooey. A pinch of salt and whisk. Now because it's like a saucy mug cake, I'm going to do a little topping for it. So I've got another teaspoon of cacao powder, which I'm going to sprinkle over the top. And finally a tablespoon of coconut sugar, which I don't have a tablespoon, I've got half a tablespoon. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. And I need 3 tablespoons of boiled water, which I just pour over the top. And we're going to put it in the microwave to cook for 90 seconds, and then you can serve it with ice cream, or if you have like a non-dairy oat cream or soy cream, that would also be delicious. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of Koyo on top and a sprinkle of some chocolate chips. And there you have a easy self-saucing chocolate pudding, high protein. So good. Also don't forget, this recipe serves 2. So if you want to make it just for yourself, just halve all the ingredients and you could probably get away with cooking it in a mug instead of a bowl. But for the purpose of my video, I decided to make a double serve. So guys, that is my what I eat in a day high protein version. I hope this video has given you some ideas and inspiration. I've tried to include the protein count of each recipe. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but it'll just give you an idea that it's actually pretty easy to get lots of protein in plant-based food, and some ideas if you feel like you need to increase the protein in some of your meals. I'm not saying you have to eat like all of these meals in a single day, or this much protein in a single day, but I just wanted to put together a bunch of high protein ideas for each mealtime. So if you guys have enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe if you are new here, and I'll see you guys in next week's video.